What's up guys, Nolan here, and today we're talking about what I believe is going to be the new meta, especially after the wipe, for making money on the flea market after the new changes. If you didn't know, the flea market will be becoming found in raid items only after the wipe, and if you need to know more, I have a short no BS video on that exact topic in the description. The only thing I know for a fact will not change through these massive economic changes is the key market. Keys are massive at the beginning of a wipe because the sooner that you get them, the bigger of a head start you will have on those who don't, and it will be less competition for the rooms or buildings that they open. Today we're going to be using the Map Genie maps to break down exactly what locations give you the best access to jackets, which will in turn give you the best access to the widest variety of keys in-game. Some side notes here will be that filing cabinets will give you great chances at customs keys specifically, as well as other loot, so if you are having trouble getting to the jackets I'm about to talk about, then maybe stop at some cabinets or even gym bags and boxes instead. Just make sure you don't get tunnel vision and just go for these jackets. Be sure to make the most out of every raid, especially right after a wipe. So first we have Factory, which has 7 jackets, but 3 spawn in the highly contested offices, and 1 is behind the locked door. 2 are in the center staircase, which you may or may not be able to search cleanly given the other players that will be in close proximity, and the last 2 are over in forklifts, which if you spawn over there, make sure whoever spawns close by is gone first, but these should be the easiest and quickest to loot. Side note here is depending on how soon after the wipe you're going to be trying this, is going to lean on how efficient this will be, because Factory is always super slow to get into after a wipe since it's so popular, so pay attention to that. Woods has 9, but it's not an efficient farm. I would instead farm scavs and check their pockets when playing woods if you want to find keys. However, there are 3 in the scav bunks, 1 in open red close, and 2 in the trailer near the lake. There's also a couple more in the building near the lake. There's another one at the marked circle east of logging, which you should totally loot that while you're there too, and 1 near factory gate exit in a trailer. Interchange has a ton, but most are scattered around the first floor of Ultra. I would advise that you make different use of your time if you're able to loot Ultra, for example, going into Mantis, any of the tech or mechanical spawns too, and try my Interchange route for sure. The most efficient farm would be to make sure to check the ones in the power station if you spawn there, and it wouldn't hurt to check the PCs and toolboxes while you're there too. Just be careful about how much time you're spending looting, because players that spawn up the service road on either side of you will probably make their way there too. Next we'll look at customs, except there's a catch. It's customs. Unless BSG have made some major upgrades and are very well prepared for this wipe, the lobbies for customs are going to be brutally slow. That being said, I also suggest you focus on getting your tasks on customs done if you manage to get into one after the wipe. However, if you are watching this plenty of time after the wipe or you just don't care, here it is. Dorms has the vast majority of jackets and a few are locked behind some doors, but most are not. You'll want to check the second floor of the 2-story dorm first because you have 6 jackets and they're all open. For the first floor of the 3-story dorm, you have 5 in very close proximity to each other that's just inside the southern door. On the second floor, you have 4 split between the opposite ends of the dorms in rooms 202 and 221. There's also a loner in 205 if you want it. Unless they change it after the wipe, one of these jackets will only spawn mechanical keys for the proper quest. The third floor will have 4 more split between 301 and 310. There's 7 that are not locked behind doors, and 5 of them are pretty close to each other. The 2 that are not are in the storage lockers 108 and 44, which if you spawn on that side of the map should be easy enough to get to. Then make your way to the 3 in the trailer park trailer, and last but not least, you have the 2 in the blue shack up the road. There's also a weapon box, a cabinet, and a gym bag in there too. Next, we have Shoreline, which personally, I think I will have this be my jacket farm location because it does not require you to get anywhere near the resort. There's only 2 jackets up there and they are on opposite ends of the second floor. There are a couple that can be found in the eastern storage building, the bus stop, and the power station if you're close by, but here is the key to jackets in the entire game in my mind, the western town of Shoreline. There are 18 jackets in pretty close proximity to each other, spread between the houses, and then 1 to the north, and then 2 more in the closest villa to the east. This will be utter jackpots in terms of keys right from day one. Shoreline is one of the least played maps after a wipe. It's in a secluded part of the map, and there's loads of loot, not just the jackets. If you want to get loaded up on keys quickly after the wipe, whether for personal use or the flea market, my money is on this. Just make sure that on all of these locations, you guys first kill a scav and loot them, because run-throughs will not count your items as found in raid. Personally, looting one of your kills will avoid that. If you're keeping the keys for yourself, then that doesn't actually matter, but it absolutely will for the flea market now. That's going to be my key farming guide for the maps that we have available on Map Genie. I'll leave the link in the description for you guys if you want to check it out for yourself. However, if you do want to learn anything else about Escape from Tarkov or its development in a short, no BS fashion, then be sure to check out my playlist for it here. If you like this video, then you know the drill. I really appreciate the people who do. If you lack the critical info, then you can ask me in the comments. Otherwise, I hope you at least learned something, and I also hope you have a nice day. See you guys.